All right, let's give this a shot. We're talking about consequences. So, natural consequence is a time when there is a behavior or an action that results in a consequence. So, if your child chooses not to put a raincoat on and goes out in the rain, they will get wet. That is a natural consequence. It's a situation that is a direct result of a behavior or an action. So, that can be most of our time can be spent with natural consequences. You can allow for things to develop naturally and your child to see the actual result of doing or not doing something. There's been times where I have had parents that I've worked with allow their child who was resisting putting on their shoes to say, okay, come outside and walk. And as they started to walk, they stepped on a rock and hurt their foot. That's a natural consequence of not wearing shoes. That's one way to handle it. There are times where natural consequences are just not possible. If you're crossing the street and you want your child to hold your hand to make sure that they're safe as they cross, you're not willing to let them face the natural consequence of crossing the street without a fully developed brain adult helping them cross the street. That natural consequence is not safe, and in those types of instances, you do not have the natural consequence as an option. So a logical consequence would be the way that we would handle that situation. So in a logical consequence situation, you are looking at the behavior or the action and what you must do to either rectify the situation or clean up the situation. So in using the example of spilling water, your child spills a glass of water on the table. The logical consequence is get a towel, wipe it up. And maybe they also fill the water again. Those are logical consequences. And those situations can present themselves in many different ways. Think about in your life the times where you are intervening, or maybe your child throws all of their toys out of their closet and every day you have to go in and pick them up and put them away. The lesson can be, if you choose to throw your toys, you may clean up your toys. So think about the easiest way to find opportunities to do logical consequences are what are the times where you find yourself most frustrated, and what are the things that you spend your time doing, and can your child be doing that? And is that a lesson in a moment where a logical consequence would help to shift that behavior? And the more time your child is spending cleaning up spills or putting away the toys that they've thrown, whatever the logical consequence is, the more they'll put the connection with, if I do this, then I have to do that. And it depends on the age, but over time, they will start to absorb that and understand, I don't want to throw this because I don't want to clean it up. It does take time. This is not an immediate fix, but as parents or caregivers, we can shift our mindset to help our child to see that what they do has a consequence, positive, negative, neutral. So I hope this begins a little bit of you reframing your thinking around consequence.